Happy Super Bowl Sunday, everyone, and congrats to both the Patriots and the Seahawks for making it back to the big game this year. And to celebrate this Super Bowl, because it's going to be held in Santa Clara, we're going to be doing a reboot on Interstate 280 in the San Francisco area. If you're a longtime fan of this channel, you actually might remember me almost doing an Interstate 280 San Francisco video a couple of years ago for Super Bowl 58, but sadly, things took a turn to the south as Kansas City ended up winning that Super Bowl instead, so I had to sadly archive the Interstate 280 video and release the US 71 Northern instead. But luckily, like I said earlier, the Super Bowl is being played in Santa Clara this year, so we're going to be doing a modernized version of that Interstate 280 San Francisco video, mainly still with the same route recorded from a couple years ago, but there will be a couple of updated stuff in that video. So let us get started with this rebooted Interstate 280 video. But first, you're watching the TheDerpHog, where I make highways content on all sorts of different topics. If you've been enjoying it, be sure to hit that like button, and if you've been really enjoying it, be sure to smash that subscribe button so you're notified on all future videos. And if you really want to help out the channel, become a member today, where you get custom cool emojis, early access to future videos, along with one free extra request per month. And if you don't want to become a member, you can always just pay $3 for a intersection request in future videos. Those highways will be listed down in the description below, and I'll make sure to shout you out when that video releases. So let's get on with the highway. Here, Interstate 280 begins all the way down here at junction with US 101 and Interstate 680 down here in San Jose, and travels through the western side of the bay all the way up into downtown San Francisco, where it ends into a service street. So with that, we're going to be talking about northbound Interstate 280. So like I said, Interstate 280 begins here at junction with Interstate 680 and US 101, and 280 is signed north for downtown San Jose. Here is our first exit on Interstate 280, and it's for 11th Street and 10th Street, while we also get an upcoming exit for 7th Street. Here is California Highway 87, and Interstate 280 is now signed north for San Francisco. Here are meeting California Highway 85 on the outskirts of San Jose, and 280 is still signed north for San Francisco. In fact, we get San Francisco on the bottom line on our first mileage sign. And now we're meeting California Highway 92, which actually takes you across the bay into mainland California. But we're going to be staying on Interstate 280, which is still signed north for San Francisco. And here we can actually see some beautiful scenery along Interstate 280 as we head north towards San Francisco. Now we're meeting Interstate 380, which takes you to the International Airport, and now we add an extra control city, Levi City, and San Francisco. Now we're meeting California Highway 1, and California 1 is now joining Interstate 280. And now we're meeting US 101 once again, and it's signed south for San Jose and north for Civic Center and Bay Bridge, while 280 now gets downtown San Francisco. And as we head towards downtown San Francisco, Interstate 280 becomes sort of a double-decker thing, like Interstate 64 in St. Louis. And shortly later, we're now entering into downtown San Francisco, and Interstate 280 ends here at this stoplight. So with that, we're talking about southbound Interstate 280. So if we take a U-turn at that previous stoplight, we get a freeway entrance south to 80th Field here. And on our first overhead sign, we get south 280 for Levi City. Why? Well, it kind of makes sense because US 101 is signed south for San Jose, and probably faster to take US 101 to San Jose than it is to take Interstate 280. So that's alright with that. Now we're meeting US 101, and we're still signed for Levi City. And here is California Highway 1 joining Interstate 280. Now we're signed for Pacifica and San Jose. In our next mileage sign, we get southern San Francisco on the top line at 6 miles away, and San Jose 49. And here's California Highway 1 leaving Interstate 280, and it's signed for Pacifica.
Now we're meeting Interstate 380 once again, and again it takes you to the airport.
And skipping ahead to the outskirts of the San Jose area, we're now meeting with California Highway 85, which is getting signed south for Gilroy and north for Mountain View. And to get to Levi Stadium from here, we're going to be hopping onto California 85 northbound to head towards Mountain View. And here in the Mountain View area, we're meeting with California 237 along with US 101. And we are going to be taking the exit for California 237 to head towards Levi Stadium. And the next major exit we'll be taking is exit 4 here for Fair Oaks Avenue. And if you follow Fair Oaks Avenue for a little bit, it'll eventually lead you up to Tasman Drive here, which we're going to be taking a left turn onto. And if you follow down Tasman Drive, you eventually end up right in front of the Levi Stadium, home of Super Bowl 60.
And we hop back onto Interstate 280, where we're meeting Interstate 880 and it's signed north for Oakland, while 280 is now signed south for downtown San Jose. And here in downtown San Jose, we're meeting US 101 once again, and it's signed south for LA and north for San Francisco. And we're turning into Interstate 680, which is signed north for Sacramento. And that ends Interstate 280.
I just want to say thank you so much for watching this short Super Bowl celebration video. If you have any intersection requests for any of these future upcoming highways, please make sure to watch a couple of previous videos or to check out the community tab, as I do have a schedule for the upcoming highways that are coming within the next few weeks. So with that, I hope you guys have a wonderful Super Bowl Sunday, and hope you have a fun time with your friends or family or whatnot, and may the best team win in Super Bowl 60.